Story time about the time I was dating a girl and her family tried to get rid of me by any means necessary. So, boom. I met a girl at a kickback, and we met because we ended up being on the same team or whatever. And, we was kind of, talking to each other and stuff. And she's like, you know what, you really cool. I'm not into girls or whatever, but I could really see us kicking it. Like, you funny. I like you. I'm not gonna lie, I really like a challenge. So when she said that, I'm thinking like, yeah, all right, cool. You don't like me yet, but very beautiful, very attractive. Love the way she was thinking, her mindset, and she was very competitive. Like, I love somebody that's not afraid to have fun. The people that just go to a party or a kickback and just sit around and think they better than everybody else because they over there, like, nah, we can't vibe. She was a real fun girl. So I'm like, okay, cool. We exchanged numbers and, we plan to link and, do other fun stuff as friends. We got to give her a name, so we're going to call her Janelle. Okay, so boom. Me and Janelle, first time we linked outside of the kickback that we was at or whatever, we had just planned to go bowling. Initially, she told me that it was going to be her and some more friends, so she was just inviting me on. I was like, okay, cool, like, the more the merrier. I like being around people that want to have some fun, so I pulled up, but it was just Janelle. She said that, the rest of the girls, at the last minute, they backed out, so it was just going to be me and her, and I was cool with it. I'm like, all right, bet. We started bowling. It was getting real competitive. Back then, I was drinking. So she was like, look, for every pin you don't knock down, like, that's a shot that you got to take or whatever. And the other person buys the shot. Like, okay, cool. Y'all, I don't know. As soon as she said that, both me and her just started, like, gutter ball. And I'm just like, dang, come on. So, of course, we get to drinking or whatever, and I noticed that, like, every time she goes to bowl, like, she started, like, to touch on me and stuff like that, and I'm just like, dang, Janelle, you know what I'm saying? You getting a little touchy-feely. She's like, oh, I'm sorry if you're not the type of person that want to be touched. I'm a very hands-on type of person. I'm not trying to offend you or anything, like, especially if you got a girlfriend or whatever. So, I'm guessing this the part where I tell you I don't really got a girlfriend, yeah? So at this point, the night goes on. We keep bowling and we keep drinking. I'm telling her, like, look, you drove. Maybe we should just kind of cut it off right here. She's like, you know what? Come back to my car. Like, let's kind of talk and, like, sober up a little bit because both of us was kind of, like, off of it, yeah? So, boom. Now I'm in the car with Janelle. We kind of having a little car talk. I'm kind of really getting to know her better. She's just kind of drunk and venting about the stuff that she's currently going through or whatever. And, school is hard for her. Some of her friends aren't being consistent. She feels like she's giving out too much and she's not giving it back in return. And I'm just kind of being a listening ear because I felt like she just needed somebody to talk to. So I'm just, in the passenger seat like, yeah, I feel you. Cool. Janelle then tells me, like, you know what, you give great advice. I love the way you just listen to me. You don't interrupt me. You don't talk over me. So, like, you're going to be my therapist. So, anytime I have a problem, I'm going to hit you up. I'm going to call you. I'm going to vent. And, so I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Like, you can call me. She's like, your girlfriend, I don't get mad. So, I finally told her, like, I don't got no girl. Like, you good. You can call me anytime, whatever. So, it's getting late, so I hop out the car, and she's like, look, I hope that's not too much, but can you talk to me on the phone till I make it home? I'm like, yeah, what's that gonna hurt? I want to make sure you get home safe. I don't want nothing happening to you. I'll feel bad or whatever. So, like, yeah, call me. So I'm walking to my car. She called me, and we begin to be on the phone. Now, mind you, Janelle lived maybe like 10, 15 minutes from the bowling alley. So at this point, I look down at my phone. We on the phone for 30 minutes. I'm like, you at the crib? She like, yeah, I'm in the shower and everything. Like, I got you on speakerphone. I'm still talking to you. Like, why you trying to rush me off the phone? You got somebody else you want to talk to? So I'm like, no, you good. Like, calm down. Like, one thing about her, she always trying to pop her, like, oh, what, you don't want to talk to me? Or you could talk to somebody better, whatever like that. But low-key, I was really liking that because I felt like I was... So boom, I'm like, well, I'm about to take my shower too. I'll call you back. She like, nah, I'm gonna stay on the phone or whatever. So y'all, I get in the shower. She on the phone the whole time. At this point, she out the shower, laying down, waiting for me to get out the shower. We still on the phone, y'all, talking. It went from 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock in the morning, y'all. We still on the phone running our mouth. Like, she keeps saying, I feel bad because I know you gotta work in the morning or whatever. She worked like the second shift, like middle of the day, I think from like 1 to 8-ish type of thing. She's like, but I don't want to let you go. Like, I want to keep talking. She was like, but most of all, I want to make sure you ain't gonna call nobody else when we get off the phone. I'm like, bro, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm not calling nobody else, waking them up to talk on the phone. Like, that's not me. I remember she asked me like a question about like, what's my favorite place to travel to or something like that. So as I'm explaining to her, I like hear her get quiet. So I'm like, hello, y'all, Janelle is snoring on the phone. We done went to sleep on the phone. And y'all know how sticky it can get. I'm just like, do I hang up? Do I stay on the phone? I'm like, you know what? I'll just stay on the phone. I put my phone on the charger and I went to sleep too. I only had a couple of hours of sleep. I had to wake up, and get ready for work. So I'm sending, Janelle a text like, look, I'm about to go inside my job. I can't really have my phone on the floor like that. At that time, I had worked a warehouse job. So I'm like, I'm going to hit you when I get off work. You know what I'm saying? I hope you sleeping good. You kept me up all night, but, have a good day. Y'all, as soon as I hung that phone up, Janelle called right back and was like, why you hang up? You talking to somebody else? Like, I'm like, I just sent you a text message. Like, check your text. She's like, oh, okay. You at work. Let me know when you get off, whatever. Hope you have a good day. Whatever. Rather. So boom, halfway through my work day, I'm about to go to lunch. Janelle hit me up and was like, I still feel bad for keeping you up. So like, let me bring you lunch. Like, what do you want? I'm like, nah, you don't really have to do that or whatever. She's like, no, I'm not taking no for an answer. What do you want? I'm like, just give me a wings. 10-piece, lemon pepper, extra crispy, extra wet, fried hard. Yeah, need that. So right when I was about to take my lunch break, Janelle texted me. She's like, look, I'm out here in the parking lot. Come out here and sit in the car. Like, I came outside. I'm like, man, I'm so tired or whatever. She's like, getting my food ready. She's like, do you want ranch or whatever? She's like, I should probably feed this to you or whatever because you probably be too tired. Plus, I feel like I owe this to you. Feeding me wings and we ain't really known each other is crazy. But you know me, I'm going to do it for the plot. So let's do it. So mind y'all, my schedule was from like 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Her schedule was like 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. So she's telling me like, when you get off work or whatever, I want you to go home and get some rest. Okay, cool. So, you know what I'm saying? We finished wrapping up my lunch break and she go home and I go back to work. Cute. So now I get off work at 4. So she's at work and, I'm texting her like, I hope you have a great shift, whatever like that. She's like, I'm not going to lie. I kind of miss like being around you. I miss your vibe or whatever. If you want to come up here, on my job, I could take my break whenever. Like, I just want to see you. I need you to make me laugh. Like, I'm not having a good day. How can I say no? Well, I'm trying to be a good friend. I'm trying to be a good therapist, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, boom. Like, send the low. I'm on the way. Drop your dot. You know I'm coming. Lace front. You should have right, bunny. Run, man. That's how I felt. I wish that song was out back then. I pulled up. I let Janelle know I was outside. She ran outside to the car. She's like, oh my God, you really pulled up. Like, I missed you. Mind you, I just seen this girl like a couple of hours ago. But I'm like, okay, I miss you too. Y'all about some, why not? Why not say it back? I don't want to leave the girl out here lonely in the cold. So we outside in the car. We talking or whatever. She's like, let's run. Let's go get something to eat or whatever. Like, I just want to sit down and relax. I'm like, you at work. She like, but I'm the boss, so I can do whatever I want to do. I'm like, oh, clock in. Thank you. So at that time, I think we went just up the street to like Applebee's or something. And she's ordering, her food or whatever. And then she starts to order shots. And I'm like, girl, you didn't get enough from last night. Like, slow down. She's like, no, we have to celebrate this. Like, we working. We got up and we went to work, so we need to celebrate that. I'm just like, you know what? A couple shots won't hurt, right? Toe up from the flow up. Me in school, boy, hey, psh. Even the bartender was like, look, I'm going to give y'all a few more shots, but after that, like, I got to cut y'all off. And I completely understood where he was coming from. So Janelle work phone started ringing and she's like, they so annoying. They always need something from me. She's like, okay, like, take me back to work or whatever, and I'm going to finish off my shift. Okay, kill. So I drove her back to work, whatever, and I'm noticing, like, as I'm driving, she reaches and puts her hand behind my neck and just kind of starts massaging my neck. And I'm just like, I like it, but it's just kind of catching me off guard because ain't you that same one that said that you didn't, you know what I'm saying, you weren't really in it, girl, whatever like that. And she's just, like, massaging my neck. And so I'm just like, oh, okay, cute. We pulled back up at her job, and at that time, y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I was riding fishbowl. You know what I'm saying? I was supposed to get some tents put on, but you know what I'm saying, somebody was trying to scam me, and I ain't going for it or whatever. So I was riding fishbowl. So when I pulled up, a couple of other girls was outside mingling on their break, and you could hear them because I kind of had my windows rolled down, whatever, to get her some fresh air so she could sober up a little faster. And the girl was like, dang, she fine. And Janelle's like, yeah, I know she is. Like, okay, calm down. Not too much commotion over me now. Hold on. So I found a parking spot, like, right up at the front, and I was like, all right, cool. Like, go back to work. I hope you have a good rest of your shift. Like, let me know when you get off or whatever. And so she was looking at me. I'm looking at her. Like, I'm like, you heard what I said? She's not responding. I'm like, are you okay? Like, you hearing what I said? She's like, no, I don't hear you. Like, come closer. Like, I don't know why. I don't know. My ears don't work. I can't hear you. So I'm, like, getting close to her face. I'm like, look, hit me up when you... It was like cherry Carmex or something like that. It could have been like the cherry chapstick, if I'm not mistaken. It was cherry something. That's all I remember tasting. Now, I'm Ron Fishbowl, and these girls watching us. And so, like, right in front of them, you just want to give me a big smooch. Janelle then grabs her stuff, didn't say anything about it. She acted like this just was our normal day-to-day. Got out the car, and then she was texting me. She texted me, and she said, and you better not wipe my off either. And, one would think, like, me and Janelle gonna run off into the sunset. It's gonna be easy peasy. Like, it's like a fairy tale. Like, wow, I'm so glad this happened. Like, we really vibing, you know what I'm saying? It's only been, like, 3 days, and I'm pretty sure we about to, you know what I'm saying, get the details in for our wedding. Right? Tools. I need tools in the comments for part 2 ski. Y'all, I know I've been going. Please take it easy on me. It has been so much that has happened, that has transpired in a matter of 2 weeks. I really got to catch y'all up. I really got to rant about it. Like, I really need a good therapy session with y'all. Put tools in the comments for part 2 ski. I miss y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate all the love and support. And yeah. Story time about the time I was dating a girl and her family tried to get rid of me by any means necessary, part 2. Y'all got to pay very close attention to these next few details because I feel like they're very important during this story. For one, me and Janelle moved extremely fast. It has only been like 4 days. We already went on our first date. We go into each other's jobs, bring each other lunch, and she just kissed me, right? Back then, nobody used the words love bombing and all this other stuff. And if you did, you lying. You know, all those popular words like narcissist, love bombing, or manipulator, all that really became popular over the past couple of years, right? So, boom, one thing I noticed about Janelle was like anytime she would talk to somebody, like whether it was a friend or a family member calling her phone, and maybe I'm in the background or maybe they say who you with, she'll always say, I'm with my boo. She never said my name. She never said like, oh, I'm with her. Pay very close attention to that detail. Even there was one time her mom was on the phone and she was like, dang, does Boo have a name? And Janelle was just like, no, just say Boo. Like, their name is Boo. Now, I got a small confession. I'm really kind of used to being the possessive one in a relationship. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, what are you doing? You need to call me, whatever case like that. So for Janelle to be giving me that energy, I wasn't really used to it back then, right? We always had to be on the phone. If we wasn't on the phone, she wanted to know why and when would I ever like get a chance to call her back. If I wasn't at work, she wanted to see me. She wanted to be around me. She even switched her work schedule just to be able to like get off what time I get off and stuff so we could spend more time together. As if we weren't already spending a lot of time. But yeah, you get it. So boom, I'm not gonna lie. It got to the point where I just kind of stopped having a lot of time, you know, to be with my friends. You know how it is when you first start dating somebody. You kind of revolve your world around them. Like, so me and my friend time was like cut short. Even my friends was like, oh, I don't really like when you be in a relationship or talk to somebody. Mind you, we never made it official. Janelle was just like, look, you my boo, this and that. Like, I'm not talking to nobody. I better not find out you talking to nobody. Kill. So I kind of addressed the issue one night. I told Janelle, like, look, I kind of miss spending time with my friends. Like, you know, I want to go link with them. And she's like, okay, like, it's about time for me to meet them anyway. Self-inviting, but it's cool because she my boo, right? So, boom, Janelle self-invited herself to the kickback, which really wasn't a problem. My friends is like, at this point, I don't care as long as we see you. Janelle comes, and you could already tell we weren't even there 5 minutes, and my friends was kind of giving me the eye like, what the hell? One thing about Janelle, she was never scared to let nobody know how she felt about me. Like, the overly PDA, she's always like, oh, yeah, well, my boo this, and I love when my boo that, and me and my boo, we did this. It's like, anytime somebody say something, she would take the attention off of them and immediately be like, oh, yeah, well, me and my boo, like, yeah, we went bowling and me and my boo did the sip and paint, whatever like that. I was used to it, but I didn't know how annoying it would be, like, you know, getting around other people. I even asked Janelle one time, like, you know, how many relationships have you been in? Like, have you always acted like this? And she's like, you know, I really haven't been in that many relationships. Like, I've never been with a girl before. Like, I don't really know how this goes. Like, if I'm doing too much, kind of like let me know. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I didn't say nothing, which I should have. I know. Please hold your fire. Don't unload the clip. But I was just like, dang, I was kind of feeling sorry for her. She's like, I just want to make sure that like I'm showing up for you, that I'm being here for you. But like, if I'm doing too much, you know, just let me know. And I'm like, okay, kill. So we had to kick it back with my friends, everything going good or whatever. It's time for us to go home. And on the way back home, she's like, you know what? I think it's time that I introduce you to my family. Now, one thing about it, because since she told me, like, you know, I've never dated girls before, I never talked to girls, something that I always ask, if that's the case, like, are they okay with your sexuality? Are they okay with you being into women? You know what I'm saying? I think about around that time I was like 22-ish. So back then, y'all know how, like, some parents really, like, still treat you like you young, and I feel like that was kind of her mom, like, always calling, wanted to know, like, always in Janelle business. I feel like she really didn't have a lot of freedom. They, like, not cuddle. When you put them, like, in a box, not comfort. Okay, you get it. You figured it out on your own. Look, I'm not here to be a teacher. I'm here to give story times. Like, and I'm not just every time. I'm not just gonna be giving y'all words out. Like, I'm not here for that. So yeah, I asked Janelle, you know, how do your family feel about you? You know, talking to, dating a girl, whatever. She's like, oh no, they don't care. Like, they let me do my own thing. Like, they don't have any views towards it whatsoever. Like, they'll still love me the same. They're gonna love you, your personality, this, that, and that. Okay, cute. Because my family, I came out at a very young age. They're very accepting of me, whoever I bring around. It's never no issues. It's never awkward. None of that. Cute. Mind you, if I'm being honest, because, like, you know, dating some women that's never been with girls before, it's always the dads that really don't like me sometimes, and I'm not sure, you know, what it is. The moms seem to, you know, like, oh, okay, they accept it or whatever like that, but sometimes me and the dads, we be about to duke it out, because, like, how you mad because your daughter chose me, broski? Like, she chose me. That's what I'm saying. Like, you feel the type of way. I get it to a certain extent, especially when it, like, becomes a complete shock. I've even had one dad tell me, like, listen, it's hard for a guy to, like, grab her attention. So I don't know what you're doing to my daughter. I don't know how it happened. I don't know what type of spell you put on her, but I'm impressed. Like, this is crazy. I've never seen her act like this or care about someone to be compassionate, all of that. And I'm just like, you know, it kind of make me feel good. But like I say, it's usually the dads I'm having a problem with. Keep that in mind, too. So Janelle tells me, like, look, my family is going to have like a little cookout or whatever. I think it was going to be her grandma's like 70th birthday or something like that. She's like, you're invited. Like, I cannot wait till everybody meets you until you know my fam, whatever. Maybe you can get to know like a little bit more about me and my background, how I was raised. So like, I was low-key excited. You know what I'm saying? I'm a very family-oriented person. I feel like that's one of my deal breakers. If you're not, you either need to get to being family-oriented or have a very good reason why you're not. You dig what I'm saying? So the day gets here where me and Janelle is on our way over there to her grandma's 70th birthday cookout or whatever, and I don't know, I'm very, very intuitive. Like, I just feel that something is off. And so I asked her again, like, how do you think, the reaction is going to be? Mind you, she hasn't told nobody that she's dating a girl. She hasn't, whatever. It's always just been my boo, my boo, my boo. No she pronouns, no none of that. So I'm just kind of like, I felt like she just needed to give them a little bit of a heads up before she just go over there and just put it in their face like that. That's just my opinion. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. Janelle is consistently assuring me that everything's going to be okay. There's nothing to worry about. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so we pull up. It's packed. Like, her family has already packed their house out. It's cars all up and down on the side of the street, the driveway. The party is at her house. Like, everybody can tell. You can hear it. You can see it. Okay, now I'm just, like, getting a little bit nervous. But she's like, look, just calm down. Everything going to be all right. Like, I'm here. I'm right here with you. I got your back. All this, all that. Cute. First red flag, as soon as she pull up in park, one of her cousins run outside. She's a girl. She's like, oh my God, Janelle, I haven't seen you in so long or whatever. Like, I'm so glad you came. I didn't think you was coming. She took one look at me and she was like, she was like, why you trying to start stuff? Like, you already know how these people finna get. Janelle's like, what are you talking about? Don't say that. Like, let me introduce you to her or whatever. Like, don't be on that type of time because she already nervous. Her cousin like, Janelle, I'm just saying, you are, and Janelle, like, cut her off, interrupt her. She like, whatever. She's like, look, this is my boo, Starion. This is my cousin. We can call her Ashley. Her name don't really matter. And, Ashley's like, oh, but you cute, though. Like, and Janelle's like, whatever. So Janelle grabs my hand. So we're walking hand in hand, about to go in the backyard because that's where the party at. Now, mind you, on the way walking back there, people are like yelling, screaming, dancing, having a good time. You can literally hear the party like all the way down the street. As soon as we walked to the backyard and opened up the gate, all eyes was on us. It's like everybody immediately stopped whatever they was doing and everybody's eyes was locked in on us. And if my opinion, it wasn't like a welcoming look. It was just kind of like, not gonna lie, I knew then that this just wasn't going to be how Janelle thought. Janelle thought it was just going to be all cookies and candies and, oh, everybody's going to be so accepting and everybody's going to love you, whatever like that. But I could tell by the looks on them folks' faces, it's like they seen something they never seen before. They was just utterly shocked, confused, all of that. Like, to just be looking at me, nobody has said, hey, or who is this, or how are you, nice to meet you. Everybody's just looking like. So Janelle's dad is the first person we're like within arm's reach of. So of course, I guess she introduced me to him first. So she's like, hey dad, this is my boo Starion or whatever. She pulls on his apron. He turns around and at first you could tell he was caught off guard. But then he's like, oh, hey, like, how you doing or whatever? He's like, I like your braids. I had my braids. I think I had like Iverson braids or whatever. I had on some Vans, skinny jeans, and maybe like, a t-shirt from like Rule 21 or something. Y'all know what Rule 21 is, right? So I'm guessing when some of the other family members saw me and the dad kind of like going back and forth, laughing, like he cracking jokes or whatever, they start to come over and, Janelle started to introduce me to them or whatever. Cute. Next thing you know, breaking through the crowd is Janelle's mom. And like, she sees Janelle. She's like, oh my God, like, I'm so glad that you came. Like, I already cooked your favorite or whatever. Like, get comfortable. And then Janelle's like, Mom, wait, like, this is my boo. This is my boo Starion. Y'all, her mom looked at me in the most disgusting way and was like, this show who? Who? Janelle was like, Mom, please, like, don't act like that. Like, you heard what I said. This my boo, Starry, and this is who I've been talking to. Like, this is who I've been talking about this whole time when I said this my boo. So Janelle mom grabbed her by the hand and was like, nah, come in here. I need to talk to you, and just started grabbing her through the crowd, like, heading inside the house. Mind you, Janelle, cousin Ashley, standing right beside me. She like, I told you. I already told you. I'm standing there feeling so awkward, so embarrassed. I'm just like, bruh, come on. Like, I knew this was going. I felt it. Threes in the comments for part 3 ski. Y'all, I'm trying to record content because, again, it's the weekend. I'm going on another trip. The summer's almost over, so the trips are going to start slowing down just a little bit. So I have way more than enough time to get out some story times. But until then, catch me on Instagram. Y'all know I'll be posting like little pieces and clips of the trip or whatever. Or you feel me on YouTube. But until then, we'll meet again for the next story time. Drop 3s in the comments for part 3. Ski, gang. I didn't feel welcomed at all. I was extremely uncomfortable, embarrassed, but most of all, I was angry because I felt like all of this could have been avoided. When I asked Janelle, hey, how does your family feel about you, dating a girl, talking to girls, LGBT, all of that, like, how do they feel? Mind y'all, remember, she tried to play like, oh, they accept everybody. They won't even care. Like, it is what it is. They won't have any issues. And I felt like I was standing there with 3 heads, the way her whole family was just kind of stuck, speechless, like spotlight on me. And contrary to popular belief, I hate the attention. Like, I'm the type of person when I go somewhere, I like to be kind of like, you know, in the shadows, behind the scenes, ducked off, you know what I'm saying, laid back, cool. So the fact that every eye in the party was looking directly at me, y'all, I wasn't feeling that at all. To top it all off, her mom came so mad, grabbed her, took her in the house and said they had to talk. I am so glad for Janelle's cousin, Ashley. Remember, that's the one I had just met outside the party. She grabbed my hand and was like, come on, like, let's go to the car and smoke. And we was out of there because I felt like I couldn't even move. I was so stunned. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. I was really like in a state of shock because how could it go from, oh, they'll be so welcoming, you know what I'm saying? Like, they not like that type of family. Nobody won't care. They won't even notice, da-da-da, to them being like... But anyway, me and Janelle's cousin, Ashley, we in the car, you know what I'm saying? We starting to smoke because I feel like at that moment, that's exactly what I needed because my nerves are everywhere. My mind is everywhere. And she's, you know, talking to me. She's like, I don't know why Janelle would even bring you around. Like, this my family, and I only come around, like, during big events just so I can see some of my family members that I haven't been seeing for, you know, quite some time. She's like, they're very judgmental. They always got their nose stuck up in the air. They very close-minded. So I'm not understanding why she wouldn't at least had a conversation before she even tried to introduce you like that. And I also let Ashley know, like, yeah, because I sat there and asked her, like, at least 3 times, like, are you sure? Because I noticed that she wasn't telling nobody that I was a girl. She wasn't telling nobody that, you know what I'm saying, she was with me, all this. I was just trying to pay attention to the context clues. I've been boo since day one. It's no he, no she, no none of that. So it kind of was throwing me off. But she tried to play it like, oh, you're tripping, like, don't worry about it. Everything gonna be all right, boom, boom, boom. So mind y'all, me and the cousin Ashley, we just, you know, driving around smoking or whatever like that. I'm guessing Janelle checked my location and saw that I wasn't at the house no more. So she starts texting my phone like, where the F you at? Who did you leave with? Who did you call? This and that. I could tell you're not at my parents' house no more. Like, after what just happened, instead of hitting me up like, you know, I'm sorry about that. You know, how are you? Like, I'm about to come talk to you. You worried about where I'm at and who I'm with. So that definitely threw me off. Then on top of all that, she had the nerve to be like, I feel embarrassed. Like, you're embarrassing me right now. Who did you leave with? Are you with an ex or something? Like, who came to pick you up? Like, why would you leave? I'm just like, I didn't even have the strength to text her back because at this point, I'm trying to calm down. And right now, my mouth lethal. My mouth foul. My mouth is so grimy right now. You don't want me to say nothing to you. So, like, chill that. Calm that down. Meanwhile, the cousin Ashley, like, look, I'm about to go pick up our other cousin. We're going to call her name Briana. And Briana is definitely a name to remember in the story. She's like, I'm about to go pick her up real quick, and then we can go back over there so that you'll be able to talk to Janelle or whatever. Like, Ashley's apologized. She's like, I'm so sorry that that happened, but don't worry about that. They always judge, and they don't got no room to judge. They got their own skeletons in their closet or whatever like that. Like, don't let them make you feel no type of way. So I was really appreciating the fact that Ashley was trying to talk to me, you know what I'm saying, get my nerves right, whatever like that. We pulled up to the other cousin, Briana's house. Briana comes, like, walking outside. Mind you, like, I'm in the front seat or whatever. And, you know, this your cousin. So I get out the car, and I get in the back seat to let Briana in the front seat. Briana get in the back seat with me. And, you know, I kind of laugh it off nervously because I'm like, you know, I don't know you. You don't know me. I was like, I got out the front seat, you know what I'm saying, so you can sit up there. She's like, nah, I want to sit back here with you. You fine. So Ashley started laughing. She like, no, Briana, stop, chill. She like, that's Janelle, boo. You and Janelle already got history of not really liking each other, and it's already some mess over there. So, like, let's not even do that. Even Briana's like, since when did Janelle start liking girls anyway? Like, she just playing like, this is really my lifestyle. Like, y'all already know. Like, Briana had, like, the little rainbow tattoos, you know what I'm saying? She was, like, telling me about how she been dating girls since she was in middle school, all this and all that. And I'm just kind of just looking at Briana like, because I'm still just kind of at a shock from what happened at her parents' house to what just happened. I'm just like, all right, like, this is just back to back. Briana in the backseat, like, where you from? Where you be at? How come I never see you around? Why you never at no gay clubs? Stuff like that. And I just told her, like, you know what I'm saying? I just kind of keep my distance from gay clubs or whatever. I'll be outside, but, you know what I'm saying? Not like that. Well, after bam, she's trying to get to know me better. She's asking how old I am, like, what I do for work. She's telling me about her. And it's just like, dang, didn't your cousin just tell you I'm dating and talking to your other cousin? Y'all, she gave no fudge cakes. She gave no fudge cakes at all. So Ashley was kind of updating Briana on the tea. She like, tell me why Janelle brought her over there without letting anybody know. Like, I told Janelle before we walked in, like, you know it's gonna be some stuff, right? Janelle already know how the family is. And Briana was saying that too. Like, yeah, I would have never did you like that. Like, I don't know, you got to start demanding respect around them. She's like, Janelle's the type of person where they still control her life. They still tell her what to do or whatever. So, of course, they're going to make a big scene. But, like, me, she's like, I used to bring my ex around all the time. And, you know what I'm saying? It was never no funny faces. It was never no awkwardness. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. We pulled back up to Janelle's parents' house and said, at this point, we just trying to finish smoking or whatever. So we just still outside in the car smoking. And it's still, Briana is in the back seat with me. And I'm just kind of like, something telling me to get out the back seat because I'm already knowing how we're looking. Especially when Ashley just said that, you know, Briana and Janelle kind of got bad history of not liking each other and beefing. So I'm just kind of like, okay, how I'm about to maneuver this so I don't, you know what I'm saying, really want to seem rude and awkward. Because I already know Janelle do not play no games on no day. Right when I was about to do the whole, you know, somebody calling my phone, let me step outside the car for some privacy to talk, all you heard was, nah, y'all got me effed up. And here comes Janelle running out the front door right towards the car. Ashley hop out the front seat and she's like, no, we not finna do that. Hold on. Like, I just got this car. Like, y'all gonna have to handle this somewhere else. Briana just laughing because she like, oh my God, here she goes. She jealous of me. She want to be me so bad. Like, stirring a pot. And I'm just like, oh, brother. Janelle finally makes it to the car. She like, Star Young, get out the car for real because you playing with me. And, you know, immediately I'm trying to get out there. I was trying to get out there. I was about to get out the car in the first place. I know what it looks like, but it's not really like that. So I'm going to get out the car. And Briana pulls my shirt back. Like, so I'm trying to get out the car. And she pulls my shirt back and was like, she don't tell you what to do. She ain't your mama. Well, she kind of sort of is my mama. But I'm saying, like, I don't want to cause no problem. You feel me? It's already, the tensions are high. It's all type of stuff going on. And, like, the more I'm taking to get out the car, the louder Janelle is getting. So at this point, family members are starting to come outside the gate and trying to see, like, what's going on. Because Janelle is, at this point, she's screaming. I'm trying to be, like, the very calm voice for reasoning. But between Janelle and Briana, it's just, like, mayhem. You could definitely tell that there has been, like, previous beef there. You could definitely tell that there has been just super drama between the both of them because they going at each other next. Like, oh, you be this. Oh, you be that. Oh, you H this. Oh, you H that. Da-da-da. F you, no. F you, no. You dirty. You. It's just a back and forth thing. Something else I noticed, like, the family members, you could tell that they were so used to Janelle and Briana going back and forth because, like, some of them walked out and they just like, oh, that's just Janelle and Briana. They walked back in. But some of them, they trying to figure out what. See, they're like, oh, they arguing over her? Or, you know, I guess already knowing that Briana, you know, dates girls or whatever like that. They just like, oh, so, you know, whose girl is she? This, and that. As the first impression, this is going terribly wrong. Like, I cannot believe this. Like, I'm trying to make a good impression for her parents, but not only did the whole shame show happen, but now this is just like, I know this is not a good look on me, y'all. I finally get out the car, so I'm standing over there by the cousin Ashley, and she's just, like, shaking her head. She's like, oh, my God, like, they really about to blow me. Like, this is crazy. They always do this. I'm not even understanding why. Like, they just want to sit down and hash things out, whatever like that. So I'm asking Ashley, like, what happened to them? Like, what's the root of the problem? They got the uncles outside, like, trying to break them up because at this point, they starting to, you know what I'm saying, scruffle with each other. So, like, no hits have been made, but they definitely trying to get at each other, like, as hard as they can. And before Ashley can even tell me what happened between Briana and Janelle, whatever, Briana yells out and was like, oh, so it's okay for you to F my girlfriend, but when I try to F yours, you don't like that, huh? Like, yeah, you don't like, you can't take a whole taste of your medicine, this, and that. Oh, but Janelle told me that she never did it with a girl before. She never been with a girl before. She never liked a girl before. All of this is new for her. So how you end up effing Briana's girl? As soon as Briana said that, it's like Janelle just stopped everything that she was doing, took one look at me and was like, you know what, Star Young, come on, let's go. We started walking to her car, and I'm just like, but wait, like, I'm trying to bring it up right now. I'm the type of person where I don't wait. If I got an issue with something, I'm going to go ahead and address that right now. So as we walk into the car, Briana is constantly yelling out stuff. She's like, don't believe her, Star Young. Like, she's a liar. Like, she is very vengeful. She's this, she's dirty, this, and she's manipulative. She's saying all this type of stuff, and I'm just like, why aren't you saying anything to defend yourself, Janelle? I'm kind of worried because if I'm not, the least I could do is no, I'm not, or no, I didn't. Anytime she said that you messed with her girlfriend or that you did this to the girls that she's dated, you said nothing. Is it true? I kept asking Janelle over and over. At this point, we're driving away from the parents' house. The mom is blowing Janelle's phone up, telling her she better come back or else she's not going to be paying her phone bill no more. She's not going to pay her car insurance no more. She's doing all this type of threats. She's like, you're embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing this family. This is not how I raised you. This, and that. And I'm just still asking Janelle, like, when Briana said that you effed her girlfriends and you was being sneaky, you texting her girlfriends, you ended up at her girlfriend's house, was she lying or is she telling the truth? Foes in the comments for part Foski, y'all. Foes in the comments for part Foski, because just when you thought you had it all figured out, you just like me. You literally don't. It's just kind of like at this point, what, like, just when I think, like, what's the worst that could happen, the worst happens. So, yeah, foes in the comments for part Foski.